Hello and welcome. Today we have the mini keychain lamp from Lexall. This is a small portable light that has three different modes: a white low, a white high, and a red mode. It features three LEDs, one in the center and two on the sides for the red. It's about 1.18 inches in width by 2.28 inches in length and 0.7 inches in depth. Here we can see on the table we have the manual or the instruction paper, the box here that it comes with, and the USB-C cable that it comes with. There's no other information on the type of battery inside of here or the type of LED this little mini lamp uses, but it does seem to be pretty effective. I've done some run times on the lamp here. It runs for about an hour and 10 minutes on low. On high, it has a step down feature in the UI. From what I can see, after about 30 seconds, it'll start heating up, so it will drop the lumen output on this. Let's go ahead and play with the light here. Let's get this out of the way. So here we have the button, the front, the back, with the charging port, USB-C charging port, and the rubber cover, and the little keychain hook that clips onto your keychain. So to access it's very straightforward, the UI. You hold down the button and it turns on. You push the button once and it scrolls through the modes. And once it gets to the red mode, you push once again and it'll turn off. Now it also says if you hold down and you leave it on for about approximately 7 seconds or 8 seconds in a mode, and you go to push the button again, it'll turn off. And that's pretty much it. It's a scrolling UI, has no memory mode, doesn't remember which modes are which. Okay, we're shooting at Aperture 3.5, 24 frames per second. ISO is 160 with a white balance of 5000K on the Panasonic GH2. Here I have my Oppel light meter, and the light's on low mode here, so white low. And we're going to see and get a reading on the lux here from about maybe 2 feet into the light meter here, as you can see on the table. So we're getting some readings here. And we're looking at about roughly about 2 feet off the table, right about where the lens is. Lux rating about 857-ish approximately, and the color temperature, CCT, is about 54 to 55K. RA is about 68.5 on low. So that is the measuring of the LED inside. Let's try this on high now. And we can also see on the table on the low mode before we get to high, it's really diffused here, the lighting. So it's pretty good for a low mode. Let's go ahead and turn this light off here. And let's go to high mode here. Okay, so the lux is shut up. So we're about same height, about 37 to 35K in terms of the lux. CCT Kelvin is about 57K, 58K, and RA went up to about 71.7-ish. So that is our readings for the white on high. And I've noticed that this can step down after a while on high mode. When it gets hot, this does heat up a little bit. At least my model does. So there is some kind of thermal throttling with the chip inside. Let's go ahead and do the red mode just to see what it looks like. So here's red. And of course the measurements are not going to be accurate, but you can see on the table how it looks, the beam, and how it lights up. So let's go through this again with the beams. Again, this is low. This is high, which is a much brighter, more diffused pattern. Again, I like the lens cover and the TIR optic inside. It diffuses the light pretty well, and it offers a nice balance of colors to the eyes. Here we can see on the table the amount of current draw that the light takes when it's being charged via the USB-C port. We can see the red light on the top part of the button. That changes to green when this light's done charging. Right now we're at about 5.10 volts at 0.26 amps of current draw on this battery bank here. Interesting thing to note is that you can run a light while it's being charged here apparently. There's low, high, and red. And you can see the change in the numbers here as you switch through the different modes. So low mode, we're running about 0.35 amps. High mode, you're pulling about 0.46 amps. And red is about 0.38 amps. Here we have our Lexall light on the left here compared to a bunch of other keychain lights and my keys for reference. We have an i1R2 EOS from Olight. We have the mecarmy X2S from mecarmy. And then we have the Olight 15-year anniversary coral blue mini pill light as well. And then we have the i1R2 EOS Pro. These two are pretty much similar ones, except this one has a neutral white tint. And then we have the Nitecore Tiki, which is one of the best versatile little keychain lights out there on the market. All these are all rechargeable. These are all rated for IP7 rating or thereabouts. This one is not. So to give you an idea of the sizing for keychain lights. So this is kind of on the bigger side for a keychain light in my opinion, compared to the others that are on the market. Here we can see more specifications for the light. It's 0.70 ounces or 20 grams. And they do list on the website here the types of information. It says it's a 1 hour charge time, which is pretty accurate in my testing. However, they say a max runtime of 6 hours. That is incorrect. This only runs about 1 hour and 10, so that is false. The 40-meter throw distance, I would have to maybe take that with a grain of salt. Max output of 300 lumens, that might be true with this for maybe about 10 seconds before the heat throttling kicks in. Overall, it does work. Some final thoughts on the Lexall keychain light. Overall, I think it's a decent little light for about 12 bucks or so. And it does offer rechargeability via a USB-C charging port, which is pretty nice and modern. It has a LED indicator for when it's charging and when it's full, which is kind of nice. It has multiple LED options, which the other lights do not have, which is kind of nice. The only thing I don't like is the UI. It's very basic, and you have to keep scrolling through each of the lighting elements to get to the one you want. I kind of wish that they had red in a separate mode, but UI aside, it's decent for what it does, for its price point. I do wish they would publish the information on the type of battery inside and also reflect the accurate run times for their marketing. Aside from that, it's an okay light. Maybe you want to look into it. Maybe you might want to get the other lights that I listed before. But that's all I have to say about the Lexall mini light. This was provided to me by them for review. So thank you for sending this light out. I do appreciate it. Enjoy your time, guys, and take care.